Welcome to Dai Headlines. I'm Anthony Carlisle. Thank you for joining us. For Burmese farmers, borrowing to buy rice and fertiliser is common practice. Soy Kin, who inherited 30 acres from his father, struggled to keep up with interest payments and started selling off his land. He was down to his last 2 acres when Typhoon Nargis hit this year. The 73-year-old was about to sell off his last field when Tzu Chi volunteers arrived with timely help.
These paddy fields, as far as the eye can see, used to belong to Song King. 50 years ago, he inherited the 30-acre plot from his father, little realizing that the more he farmed, the smaller it became.
Before it was 30 acres, now there are only 2 left. I borrowed money and couldn't afford to return it, borrowed some more, and got into a cycle of borrowing more and more.
Song King says trying to keep up with the annual bills was too much for him.
I had to borrow for rice seeds and fertilizers. After a while I couldn't repay the loan, so I sold the land. At first 5 acres, then 10, 15. Now there are only 2 acres left.
In countryside of Myanmar, where there are no banks or farmers' associations, the credit system is failing farmers.
Interest is 8%. If you borrow rice seeds, the interest for a basket of seeds is double. If you borrow 10 baskets, you have to return another 10 in interest, so you have to return 20 each time.
It seems that more farmers grow the poorer they get, but they have to keep working within the system.
I didn't even have enough to eat, but I had to keep farming, so my situation became very bad. The land has to be farmed. If it's not farmed, there's no way I can live.
When it seemed things couldn't get any worse, Cyclone Nargis hit Myanmar. Not only were Song King's crops destroyed, his house was blown over in the storm. Faced with the cost of rebuilding, Song King had to make the painful decision to sell his remaining land.
If you hadn't come, I couldn't have afforded fertilizer or rice seeds, because I owe too much money. I can't borrow any more. I was going to sell these 2 acres. Now I don't have to.
As he was about to sell, the farmer heard Tzu Chi was distributing rice and fertilizer. The 73-year-old quickly cancelled the transaction and kept hold of his last field.
I thought my life was over, but the way you helped me meant I could start again. When the sun shines, it dries out seedlings, and when it rains, the field becomes green again. I'm like a withered seed. Now I see you, my life can start again.
Song King recognizes the seeds and fertilizer came to him thanks to the efforts of Tzu Chi volunteers all over the world. The farmer says his harvest will be good this year.
I'm very grateful I can finally eat the rice I grow. There's a Jingsa aphorism that says, think good things in your heart. I couldn't do that before, but now I have hope in my life. I will start to think good thoughts and do good deeds.
From Song King's example, we can see a grain of rice not only gives people something to eat, but can germinate into a cycle of giving.